Alright, 5th graders, your homework tonight is Studylink 9.2. And again, if you're if I'm going too fast, you just need to pause the video as we go. We're working on ordered pairs again, and if you recall, we need to go over and then up with ordered pairs. The first thing it's asking us to do is to make a triangle down here, and we can make any kind of triangle we want to. I'm going to make one that's kind of tall and skinny because I like tall, skinny triangles, and I'm going to need my straight edge. Alright, and I'm going to make an isosceles triangle. Isosceles triangles have two sides that are the same. If all three sides were the same, I'd have an equilateral triangle. And if I had no sides that were the same, I'd have a scalene. But I chose isosceles. Two sides are the same, these two right here. Alright, now I'm ready to plot my points. I'm going to call this point A, I'll call this one point B, and this one point C. Point A, now if you recall, I have to go over first because I'm at the x-axis. X comes before y. Go over to 12. 12 and 5. So over 12, up 5 is my first ordered pair. Next one, 16, 5. And C, it looks like I'm at 14. So 14, 14 for my last ordered pair. And again, scalene triangle has no sides the same. Equilateral, all three are the same, and isosceles, two sides are the same length. And then the next one, I need to make a parallelogram. If you recall, there are different ways to make parallelograms. Parallelograms have to have two pair of parallel sides. A square is a parallelogram. A rectangle is a parallelogram. A rhombus is a parallelogram. And if you make one of these rectangles that looks like it's been tipped, that's the only name you can give it, is a parallelogram. So I'm going to make a parallelogram over here, and I can make any one of those. It's up to me. I kind of like the tipped one. And again, I'm going to use my straight edge to connect the dots, connect the points. And it asks us to label these MNOP. Doesn't matter which one you put where. However, when you are naming them, you should go in order, MNOP, but in this case we're not necessarily naming them, but just a good habit to get in. M here is 2, 9, over 2, up 9. N is over 8, up 9. O is over 7 and up 12, and P is over 1 and up 12. Now it's asking if I can give it any other names. A quadrangle is a four-sided shape. Do I have a four-sided shape? You bet I do. All of these are quadrangles. Do I have a rhombus? A rhombus has to have four sides that are the same. Nope, I don't have a rhombus. This is a rhombus. It's got four sides the same. This is a rhombus. Four sides are the same. These other two are not. Not all four sides are the same length. Is it a rectangle? A rectangle has to have four right angles. Mine does not. This one is a rectangle. A square is a rectangle, has four right angles. This one is a rectangle, if I did it nice and straight. This one could be. It depends on how thin I make it. But typically they are. Not always though. And this one, no, that's what I've got. It is not a rectangle. It doesn't have four right angles. Is it a square? Only a square can be a square. It has to have four sides the same length, has to have four right angles. Mine is not a square, so the only one I could circle here was quadrangle. See you tomorrow.